Some huge news just got released about Splitgate's future, guys, and I am really excited about it. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not specifically about console, but in a moment, I will explain why it does relate to it directly and what you can expect about console. So stay tuned for that. And before we jump in, if you didn't know, today is Splitgate's second birthday, second anniversary. So we made a community montage to commemorate the day. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out here. So yeah, let's just jump right into the news. So an article by Dean Takahashi published by vulturebeat.com released a article about Splitgate today. It says 1047 has raised $6.5 million in funding for further development of the game. Let's look at the article. The article says, quote, Galaxy Interactive led the round of funding with participation from V Games, Lakestar, and OneUp Ventures. It will now use the funding to substantially increase the production of in-game content and ramp up marketing efforts to get new players. It's also hiring new developers. And Dean goes on to say, quote, 1047 CEO Ian Prue said in an interview with GamesBeat that the venture money will help elevate Splitgate to a top-tier multiplayer experience. With all that said, what's the big deal, right? Well, is $6.5 million a lot? Well, to put it in perspective, another game that I've personally kept close tabs on, an indie game, in fact, called Predecessor, they've recently raised $2.2 million in funding for their game. The reason I bring this up is because Predecessor isn't a game that's been released yet. Splitgate, on the other hand, it's been released for exactly 2 years now. And, you can see comments all over online saying, oh, Splitgate's a dead game. No one plays it. I can't find a game. Hey, it's not dead, by the way. It has a growing player base right now. You should check it out. But, obviously these investors at these companies, Galaxy Interactive, let's see here, V Games, Lakestar, OneUp Ventures, they think the game's future is very bright. So doesn't sound like a dead game to me. This is a very, very promising game with a lot of potential for the future in terms of its player population. And towards the end of the article, it says, the 1047 team plans major new announcements in June. In the coming months, the studio is looking to expand to 40 or 50 people. So what does all that mean for us, the players? With an almost doubling of employees from 25 around to 40 to 50, it's going to be safe to assume that in the future, we're going to be getting bigger and more frequent updates. The days of 8-month-long seasons and waiting months to over a year for a console port, those days are over. I think it's pretty safe to assume. Think more skins, more maps, more game modes, a map maker, more console ports, to mobile maybe, who knows? All those things, they seem way closer to actually happening than they did before. The fact that they're going to have a larger development team fixes all that. And speaking of stuff that's way closer, they said they're having a major announcement planned for June. So I'm 99.9999% sure that's going to be the console announcement. What else could it be? They're probably going to tease maybe, a new map, season 4. They're going to announce console, let's face it. I can't think of anything else that would be considered major at this point. Looking forward to next month, that's for sure. So the $6.5 million in funding, I think this was the missing piece to console finally getting released, finally getting an announcement. Things are finally in place where they'll probably feel comfortable announcing a firm date because of the funding. If you remember about a year ago, Ian Prue, he had a video about why console got delayed. And in that video, he said that it was partners and investors getting caught up and struggling with the global events going on at the time. Now with this $6.5 million in funding, that's kind of fixed now, right? Those investors are seeing that we're pulling out of this public health crisis, and now's the time to be investing in games like Splitgate. This is a big deal because now that they have this funding, I'm sure a significant portion of it's going to go towards marketing. They're going to probably launch a huge marketing campaign on, you know, all the usual places online, and grow this player base, because you know all these issues that Splitgate has had kind of rooted in the fact that the player population is not the biggest. Between the console release with crossplay is confirmed, guys, if you didn't know that. And then the marketing push, the marketing campaign that they'll no doubt be doing, that player population is going to go through the roof. Now, there's something else in this article that you might not have noticed. So if you look at this this image here on the top right, you see a number of skins, right? We see the Rhino skin, the medieval skin, and then behind the medieval skin, we see a portal with a skin I've never seen before. That's a new one, but I want to bring your attention to the background, like what's inside that portal. I tried to think of a place in Splitgate currently that looks like that, and I think it's nighttime. It's hard to say, but you know, to me, I think that's going to be a new map. And is that a surprise? No, it's not, because in season 1 we got a new map in Abyss, season 2 we got Oasis, season 3 we got Lava Well, season 4 we're going to have a new map. That's the trend. They're going to keep there's no reason why they wouldn't be doing that. So if that's the new map, that's cool. That's awesome. A nice little tease there. And on that same image, there's actually something else I noticed. We have the name Splitgate, of course, there in a different font though. And my eye is kind of being drawn to that S in Splitgate. The reason why that's kind of caught my eye is because further down the article, there's another photo of Abyss, an already existing map. And there's this little in-game advertisement in that in the background there. And you can see that same S with a little like diamond in the middle. And that's not in the current version of the game. I'll show you a screenshot of that area of Abyss. And you see that S is missing. That S is a brand new thing. And that's leading me to believe that together with this new funding, with the console release, with everything, 1047 Games is looking to rebrand, a soft rebrand of Splitgate. Fresh new kind of coat of paint, I suppose, the works. And who knows? That's pretty exciting to me. So I'm sure the team at 1047 Games is super excited about this. This $6.5 million in funding is huge news. And all in all, the future of Splitgate looks really bright. I'm excited. You should be excited too. And that's all, guys. Thanks for watching Splitgate. I'll see you in the next one.